Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Insight Sports Talk. Myself, Johanna-Rosalye, and my wonderful co-host, can't thank him enough, PLR. How are you today?
Oh, top of the morning, top of the afternoon, top of the evening, no matter where you are listening. Hopefully it's a great one for you.
Yes, it's going to be great again with sports coming back entirely. We have
I know. Hey,
MLB.
wait a second. Wait a second. How are you? What's happening with you? What's going on with you?
Hi, I am great. I just, hustling and doing my thing as always. Excited for another episode. Excited for our new video blog that we started. If you haven't seen it and tuned in, make sure that you do. But yeah, I'm doing awesome.
Good. Just want to check. Whatever you want to know. You jumped right in. You forgot to say how you were. So I just wanted to make sure everything was copacetic.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
I am excited with sports finally back in our lives. How can you not be so excited about that? Especially baseball. Oh my gosh.
Listen to that voice. You sound like a kid on Christmas.
Pretty much it's Christmas for me right now. Because if you listen to this show and to our previous episodes, my hopes were really down about not really having a baseball season because they couldn't make up their mind, and it was just borderline and of me giving up on baseball this year. And that never happened. You know that for me. I'm always optimistic. And this year, coming down to the, second, I was like, I don't think we're going to have baseball because nobody can make up their mind.
And they finally did. They finally got it right, sort of.
And they did. Yes, indeed. So MLB, MLB2A agree on return to play terms, which is amazing.
I know. They are back. Good. They got out of their way. Isn't that amazing? We have to say they got out of their own way.
They did indeed. And just to recap a little bit on those terms, camp would start on July 1st. So we won't have, considered spring training, but at least for us in Arizona, I'll call it summer training because it'll be scorching hot. The season would be starting July 24th, 25th at their respective home ballparks. They would have 30 players in their roster for the first 2 weeks. Extra inning games would start, or games with any extra innings, they would start with a runner on second base. They would be typically playing within the same division or their immediate interleague team. They would have a injured list only for COVID-19. They will be playing 60 games. They will have a universal designated hitter, which I think is great. Teams to play 10 games versus their division opponent or opposite league, which we just to be a little bit more clear on how they will be playing those games. And then the trade deadline was pushed out to August 31st. And they must be on the roster by September 15 to be eligible. And then they also agreed to safety protocols as well. I haven't gone into the detail of those. We know there won't be no spitting, the pitcher, they won't be able to do their finger with their with their fingers with their tongue like they get before they pitch type of thing. There's going to be a lot of of safety measures being put in place, and baseball's going to look a little bit different from what we're used to and seeing. But nonetheless, baseball is back. We have, yes, things are going to change, but we'll have a season after all.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I really was worried for a second. I mean, I was worried that they were just not going to make it happen. And to see that they finally got back, there were some changes. Okay, so I'm an American League guy at heart. I'm a White Sox fan at heart. I love the Diamondbacks, don't get me wrong. Cover the D-backs. So, you can't cover a team as long as we've covered them and not have some type of affinity to them. But I am so glad pitchers aren't hitting for the most part. I think it's amazing because when you play Little League ball, the pitcher is the best athlete. And then all of a sudden they grow up and become big leaguers, and they look like Little Leaguers swinging the batting hand. So thank you for the DH. And I know it has nothing to do with the way they swing the bat. It has to do with saving them and, not getting them injured hitting. But I am so happy.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite things from the terms that they have a universal DH. And for me, I wish that they would just have a universal DH, have it in the American League and have it in the National League. Just do it that way. Have it, both leagues have it. Why only have the American League do it and then not have the National League do it? Like, you're going to do it, do it right, have both teams do it, or do away with it. Be even. It's not fair, I don't think.
Let me ask you this question, because I heard you reading a lot of the stuff, and I'm missing something in here, and I've been looking for it. Have they said what they're going to do if someone comes up positive on a team, or if several members on a team show up positive?
I haven't really heard the specifics of it. Here's the thing, that the teams will be traveling. They're not going to have like a bubble like the NBA. They're not going to, they're going to be exposed. They're not going to have the hub cities like it was initially thought out, having some teams play in Arizona, some other teams play in Texas, or in Florida. I think that would have been a good idea. Maybe a little bit hard probably with baseball versus basketball. Maybe, I don't know the reason for them going away from that. I think it probably would have been a good benefit. But yes, being that they're going to be exposed, there's going to be more chances of them catching the virus and, testing positive. Being that they're going to travel with the team, they're probably, if they're tested at a city that they're traveling, more than likely they're going to have to quarantine there. They're going to, have to, they won't be playing. They will obviously be placed on this COVID-19 injured list, which is separate from the regular injured list. But to those specifics, I, still not clear on how MLB is going to be handling that.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they're going to do that, because unlike hoops, they're not going to be in a bubble. They're going to be playing, and they're going to be out, and they're going to have to travel back and forth and be home or be in a hotel and see people. So I'm just curious how they're going to handle that.
Yeah, definitely. So another thing that I'm curious about, I haven't heard or read any reports as to what's coming, to terms, how the postseason layout or that picture is going to be. Are if the postseason is going to be extended, to make maybe more teams eligible? Are they going to add, exactly if they really are going to be adding, a few more teams to the playoff picture? being that it's more as a condensed season. It's only 60 games type of deal. Like we was previously reported. It's something that there, was in talks of. I haven't gone through the entire terms and how that picture is looking like, but as we go, get nearer and we learn more about it, that's one thing that I really want to know how that's going to work. If they're going to extend it out a little bit more to give more teams a chance to enter the playoffs, how that's all going to pan out.
Yeah, it's the whole thing though. I think is going to be interesting. I think it's good. Okay, say we get to the World Series, right? And it's the Yankees versus the Dodgers. I picked those two because those two have been favored to represent the National League and American League. And Cody Bellinger and 3 other members of the Dodgers come down. Do we look at the World Series differently then? Or Aaron Judge and 3 other people come down. Do we look at the World Series differently? Because they've had to be quarantined. Or are we almost getting to that point, like I said, if you're asymptomatic, you're playing with corona-like viruses?
Yeah. No, I think with, like, having players being down, they're going to, be quarantined. If they come out positive with the virus and they're quarantined, they're going to be out for minimum 2 weeks. So, yes, it's going to affect their games, their wins, may affect their pitchers, their rotation, affect their lineup. Yes, definitely. So that's one of the things to look at, how it's, the team's gonna manage that. Dodgers and Yankees, as you go into the postseason and somebody testing positive and being out of the game, because, if you test positive, you're not going to play, of course. And, I think it's you're going to be looking at the playoffs. You're going to look, at the World Series differently. And not only that, just their season in entirety. So I think it's gonna take a lot on the team and affecting Cody Bellinger, Aaron Judge, is that Greinke, you're going to be pulled out. You're going to have somebody in. Yes, they're increasing their roster to 30, but at least the first couple of weeks, it's not going to be the same baseball. Baseball is going to be looking different in so many ways, not only on the safety protocols, but as far as just the play as well, the lineup, the rotation, all of that.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see. Nonetheless, it's back. Let's get all the players back. Let's get them tested. Let's get them as healthy as possible, and let's roll.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you check out Twitter last night when all of, it was announced baseball's back and how, it's like Christmas for our baseball people and lovers, and oh my gosh. So we saw some players being like, oh my gosh, I want to cry, baseball's back, and just being excited about finally making a return.
So I have a problem with Twitter right now. My problem with Twitter is it only shows me tweets that I like. I don't look at a whole bunch of tweets, but I get the same people that I see. And I really wish tweets would go in chronological order from who tweeted last. Instead, I get the same people because I guess the algorithm shows that I looked at these people more than others. But it's not necessarily the truth. Say I look at a tweet from, I don't know, Chicago's best restaurants, and say I was going to go there, so I looked at it 9 times. So I'll get those tweets first all the time, no matter what, even though there was a reason for me going to that feed a lot. And so I get the same crap over and over. So I don't get to see all the tweets that I normally would see, which is annoying. So for whatever reason, I looked at the trending yesterday, and it was Aubrey Huff and